Oh, we have a wolf. Okay, well, do tamed wolves kill sheep? But is only one way to find out. Hi. Oh, that was... Well, hello. Please don't eat my sheep. I will be very mad if you eat my sheep, so please don't do that. Come on. Oh, that's terrifying. Yeah, also don't teleport on the platform. Oh, we have an armadillo. Hi. Um, that's a source of wolf armor, I guess. Camel, you're safe. Oh, and a use for all the spider eyes I've been accumulating. You will be well fed, probably. Okay, I can't make any promises, but I have the capacity to feed you well. Hello everyone, welcome back to my Skyblock world. It's been a while since we did any building, so today I think I'd like to build somewhere for our animals to live. I've got an idea in mind, but I'd like some more colours to play with instead of just the orange that we've used before. Oh, left my window open. We're definitely a little limited on choice at the moment. We've got some dyes that we could use for different colours of wool. We've got some hay bales, bone blocks, and that's kind of it other than things made with wood. We do have iron, but it's super slow to get. But one block we can get quite a bit of is snow. And to get that, we'll need to go about a kilometre in that direction. Let's use the new debug menu and get some information up. Let's get up our biome, if I can find it. It's right at the top. And we will get our position. Cool. So I'd like to get about 128 blocks away from the mob farm first, so that when we're on this road, we don't have any worry about spawning things in that farm. So we'll just go 2 and a bit stacks out. Ooh, a beach biome. Okay, that'll be useful later. Okay. And then we're going to go towards positive X, and we want to reach about X is 600. So another 800 blocks. So obviously for it to snow, it needs to be cold. With modern Minecraft generation, although I think this has been true for a very long time, there is a temperature value that smoothly varies across the world, and we can see that that's the T value by noise router in the top left. Hopefully it's going to slowly move down as we move somewhere colder. At the moment we're in a dark forest. Makes sense that this is a colder biome than savanna. So anyway, each biome also has its own temperature, and I think how it works is the temperature of the overall world is determining what kind of biome can spawn, and then that biome has its own temperature value. I'm not too sure, to be honest. World generation isn't much I actually know too much about in Minecraft, and it's something I'm definitely interested in learning more. Anyway, the lower the temperature of a biome, the lower the altitude that it will start to snow. So because we're right at the bottom of the world, we would want a really cold biome for it to be able to spawn down here. And since we started in the savanna and the temperature changes, as you can see, quite smoothly, it doesn't go all over the place, we've got a long way to go before we find anywhere really cold. I'm aiming here for a taiga biome, which is certainly colder than the savanna. It's cold enough for it to snow at some altitude, but unfortunately that altitude is not minus 63. It's like 180 blocks up. So once we get there, we're going to have to go all the way up before we can get some snow. Okay, there we are at 600. And now we're going to want to go this way. So let's just go down. And hopefully we should start coming inland and then run into the taiga. Now, obviously I do know where we're going here, because I do have the seed. But with these noise values on the debug, I think you probably could get a good idea about where you would want to go if you really understood these values. I don't, I just check chunk base. But it would be nice to learn. Now, if we get some more slabs and then go east again, then we should cross a river. And then from the river, we should be in a bigger section of taiga. So this maybe is only about 20 blocks wide or so, at least in this direction. I'm hoping. I mean, if we don't hit a river, oh, there's the river. I was going to say if we don't hit the river, that's completely fine because it means we're in a really big section of taiga, but okay, we're back in taiga and now we're like in taiga proper. So I think like we've got a pretty large biome. It's not like that tiny savanna plateau, We have a pretty large biome here. I'm just going to make a little platform, and then we will decide how we're going to go upwards. Okay, let's see. What would be the most efficient way to get up? If we were using ladders, then we're going to need 1 block to place the ladder on, and then we're going to need the sticks. So 2 planks is 4 sticks, so 1 plank is 2 sticks, and then 7 sticks is 3 ladders. So 1 plank is 2/7 of 3 ladders. Okay, yeah, which is 6/7 of a ladder. Okay, so it's every block would be 1 6/7 of a plank. Right. So just under 2. Just under 2 blocks. If we use stairs, then 4 blocks is 6 planks. So 1 block is 6/4 planks, which is 3/2, which is 1.5 planks. So if we use stairs, it's 1.5 blocks per plank. If we were to use ladders, then because of the block that we have to put the ladders on, it's 1 6/7 planks per block. So it's cheaper to use stairs. That was probably an excessive amount of maths. Okay. Anyway, we're building stairs. Oh, but we need to place the blocks. But we need to place the blocks to place the stairs, because we have to place the support block. So it's actually an extra slab. It's an extra slab per block to place the stair on. Because I'm not going underneath this and picking up all of those support blocks again. We need an extra slab, which is an extra half a plank, which brings up to 1.5 plus a half, 2 planks. So actually, the ladder is cheaper by 1/7 of a plank. Wow, okay. But then if we want to bring anything upwards, a ladder's really... we can use a lead. Whatever, we'll use ladders. Well, I made the stairs now. I made the stairs. It's 1/7 of a plank. I shouldn't care. Oh dear, that's the wrong thing. Okay. Wow, this is going to take a while. Well, that's all the stairs. Jumping, jumping, jumping. It's not really that far, all things considered. So, well, 800 blocks in one direction. Yeah, it's only like 1 kilometer, as I said. That's really not that bad. Should really clean that up, huh? Ooh, a witch. Let's get some more wood. Make a few more slabs. Oh, I didn't need slabs. I needed stairs. Whoops. Oh, well, no, we needed slabs too for support. Let's see. We're going from -63 up to about 180. So that's about 250 blocks or so, a bit less. 256, let's say. So we'll call it 4 stacks of slabs. We've already got some. Okay, that's not too bad. Now, it might be that we can't do this in a straight shot, and we might at some point end up in another biome. But we'll have to find out. Still getting lower temperature. It does... Oh, we're in windswept forest now. Okay. I think what we'll do, instead of trying to wiggle up and down, we'll just go in a straight line, and then if we've gone too far, we'll turn around. I've not been looking at the corner. Where are we at? 148. Okay. Got a little bit more to go. Oh, we're in a swamp? Oh. Okay, well, that's a warmer biome, I think. Certainly can't snow in a swamp unless you're above world height. So we are going to need to turn around. That's interesting. Okay, we're back in the tiger biome. Let's make a little platform. And snow's not going to settle unless there is a solid top surface. So we are going to have to, quite scarily, build with top slabs. Okay, I put down a platform of top slabs so that snow can land on here. But of course, it's not snowing right now. We've got to wait for it to rain, which does mean we're now waiting on rain for two things, but snow accumulates way faster than water does in those cauldrons. So we're probably not going to need to wait too long. One rain cycle is not really going to make any difference. However, until that point, we don't need to be here. So back we go. This distance would be much faster to cover with a donkey. So let's see if we can get one at the savannah. I'm not super optimistic, but it's worth a try. So because the animals we've got up here are loaded, they are contributing to the creature mob cap, which is somewhere on here. I've lost it. Ah, top right. There we are. So, oh, we got, is that a cow? Ooh, nice. Please come this way. Too. Maybe I can interest you in this lovely block instead. Hi. Moo. Anyway, as I was saying, because the animals we got up here are close enough to be loaded, they're in the mob cap. We've got 7 creatures. So I'm actually going to reduce our simulation distance down. There we go. Perfect. At this distance, this is still being ticked. It's still being rendered. So mobs can still spawn here, but we've unloaded our animals up there so that they're not contributing to the mob cap. Otherwise, we would be limited to how many mobs we can spawn. And the mobs will spawn in some atmospheric fog. Anyway, now we wait. Oh, 2 sheep. Nice. You both turned in unison. Hello. You're totally going to fall off the edge if we do that. You leash together? Yes. Oh, okay. Maybe, there we go. Instead of just waiting for animals and rain, we might as well be doing something while we're here. If we're spawning passive mobs, there's no reason why we can't spawn hostile mobs too. Oh, armadillo. Okay, I'm less interested in armadillos. But we have 2 armadillos now, so that means we can breed them. Come on. So as I was saying, while we wait for animals here and for rain, we might as well just build another mob farm. The mob farm we've got is pretty easy to build, so we could just build another one here. But I had a bit of an idea to make it a bit more efficient for getting iron. So I'd like to try that out. Oh, another armadillo. When I'm not waiting, doing nothing, they're really fast. Anyway, we've got more mobs now than we would have been able to get. Oh. Hi. Oops, sorry about that. Let's just take you to the stairs. That's probably the easiest thing to do. Okay, so if we go up here, we should be able to now come back down. There we go. Okay or not. Come on. And down we go. And you're going to stay on this time. There we go. Okay, you can just chill here. Yeah, bye. Okay, anyway. We want to be 24 blocks away from here, at least. And then we're also going to want to be 24 blocks away from the mob farm, the hostile mob farm too. And we also want to be far away from here. So let's go in this direction. 324. Okay, this is where we want to be. And then what we're going to do is build the hostile mob farm another 24 blocks in that direction. Right, let's hope I can remember how to do this from memory, but that should be fine because we know the principle behind the farm. Oh, we do need to check for slimes though. So these will spawn potentially, and then we want to check this one too. I'd also like to check this chunk, and you know what, we'll check this one too. Oh, let's turn off. Okay, we have slime chunks. That's okay. They should jump off, yeah. So slimes aren't particularly clever. Okay, that was this chunk, I think, which is actually the worst one for it to be. So we'll go this side instead. Let's get rid of these slabs. Okay, let's go this way instead. Oh, it's raining. Okay, never mind. Rain time, let's get out of here. It's entirely possible we get to the tiger, and the rain just stops, but hopefully not. Oh, and it's becoming nighttime as well. That's not great. Right, what I'd like to not see here coming up is that M count to go to anything other than 0. Hopefully we get fairly lucky and nothing spawns. Okay, so we're in a taiga, but it's not snowing yet. If we head up here, it'll get colder and colder. Although we switch to lush caves, yep, where it won't snow. Then taiga, back again. Then I think we go through the windswept forest. There it is. And back into the taiga. Then we leave the taiga and swap into swamp. Yep. It's not going to snow in a swamp. But hopefully... Oh, okay, there are mobs. And we do have snow. Right, this isn't ideal. What I would like to do is be very cautious of that zombie. That's step 1. Okay, they've stopped. We're going to go this way. If we have to wait until daytime, then the snow's not going anywhere. But I definitely do not want to engage with all of those mobs with a wooden sword that's almost broken. Okay, there we go. We're around the edge now. Okay, there we go. Now hopefully we can get there fast enough. Nope, 4 mobs. Okay, we got some creepers. Creepers are fine. We can deal with creepers. And a zombie with a weapon. Okay, that might be less dealable. And what spawned in the meantime? 2 more skeletons. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's do that again. Zombie with a shovel and 1 creeper. That's fine. You know, I'll take it. Free snowballs. With wooden tools, there's definitely a maximum size of this platform before we just can't pick up the snow faster than it's gonna settle. Not sure how big that would be. We do need the shovel. Unfortunately, it doesn't drop snowballs if you just break it normally. If you break it by hand. Oh, and there goes the snow. Okay, so actually, that's pretty good. We got almost 2.5 stacks of snow. And there's more left over if we had enough wood, but we don't. We used it to have to despawn the mobs. Back to making that other mob farm, which I still don't think I've actually explained what I want to do. It'll be easier to explain at the current mob farm. And we can check the cauldrons while we're there too. Nope. Exactly the same. Level 1, level 0. Hardly surprising. So the plan is, when we hit these zombies, they call every other zombie in quite a large radius to come and help them. And they will come and aggro on the player, even if they can't see where the player is, even if they can't pathfind there actually. Before that was causing problems, where the zombies would try and just go straight this way instead of walking around, because they were just directly trying to reach us, instead of using their wander mechanic to go over here like they were actually aggroed. What we ended up doing was placing these slabs down so that the zombies couldn't go this way and they would be forced to walk around and then they would walk in there anyway. But what if we opened this side instead? If we make a tunnel all the way along here, then we can have the zombies, and only the zombies, follow all the way over out this way, and then we can kill just the zombies, which will give us a much higher chance of getting iron. But anyway, that's a lot of talk of what we're going to do, and not a lot of doing, so let's go actually do it. Why did I just do that? Why did I do that? I was like, oh yeah, I can totally just place this, you know, against the side of the stair without jumping into the void. No, no, I can't do that. I definitely can't do that. Yep, time to get more wood. Silly mistake. Chop, 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 tree chopping noises. Chop, 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 yay, trees. Chop, 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 chop. Alright, like it never happened. I can't even remember which bit I was building. Oh, hi. That's actually kind of perfect. We need some zombies. Let's get some more wood though. They might despawn. Oh, that one will just get out. Actually, if I do this, they might never despawn because they'll unload before they hit the spawning radius. Hi. Oh, you'll do. Yeah, it's actually just perfect. Okay. You're gonna go into the void. Probably not. So yeah, if you haven't seen this before, you just sprint and punch with an empty hand and you can push boats around. This has been in the game for a long time, I think, but I don't think that many people know about it. Hi. Well, it's working. Except for the fact that they can do that, which is a little scary. Okay. Oh, there's more zombies. Oh, there's a lot more zombies. There's a lot more zombies. Okay, it works. Oh dear, 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 oh dear. Okay. Now, there's 20 in cap, but they're like not actually being rendered, but they are loaded. So they might just die, but also they might not. Let's wait a little bit, see if they burn. That's looking like no. Hi, let's turn you back up. Zombie farm works. Bye bye lava chicken. Oh, I should have kept the chicken. Why do I keep doing this? Oh, why do I keep doing that? Okay, well, you can see the idea now. Oh, you've got oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's actually perfect. That is perfect because now you won't burn in sunlight. So I just okay, cool. You have armor. That's like full chainmail. Nice. Ow. Okay. Mean. Do you want a boat too? You can have a boat. Everyone gets a boat. Alright, there you go. Okay, anyway, yeah. So we want a zombie because to aggro the zombies in the first place, we're gonna need a zombie. How do we get the zombies if we don't have a zombie? Well, we just keep a zombie in a boat. It won't despawn because it's in a boat, and okay, it's not going to burn in sunlight at the moment, but its helmet is taking durability damage from the sun actually, so we do need to put it somewhere slightly safer. And into the hole. Awesome. Now let's just get them a little roof. Actually, them having armor is great too because it means we can punch them and they won't take too much damage. Otherwise, we'll just need to find a way of replenishing zombies out of here and getting them in a boat. But anyway, getting ahead of myself, let's finish up this farm such that it isn't a complete and utter death trap. One thing I didn't mention earlier is what we're going to do with all the other mobs. We still need them gone from the mob cap somehow, so that there's room for more zombies. And to do that, we just break the floor under the trapdoors so that they wander straight into the void. Okay, so in theory, if I just punch that zombie, hopefully we are going to see a whole bunch come through. There's a baby. Once it's started, they should just keep coming. But yeah, we're far enough away that it will keep spawning mobs. And as you can see, we are getting way more zombies than before. We can actually have a look. This will skew our numbers a bit. So if we look at the number of mobs killed, it is pretty even between creepers, skeletons, and zombies. We're about 2,600 each. Okay, so yeah, now the farm's filled up, and it's probably filled up with non-zombies. If we check F3.1, we can look at render entities. So this isn't saying the percent of how many there are, it's saying how much CPU is currently being used to process these, but it gives you a good idea of how many there are. But yeah, we can see there's a lot of skeletons and creepers, and not much of anything else. We're going to need to build up a bigger block to make them wander to it, same as with the other farm. Oh, these were spawnable, that's scary. Okay, not being particularly scientific about this. Oh no, don't hit you with that. Stab you with some rotten flesh. So hopefully this will start self-perpetuating now. So yeah, with mobs are spawning, we're staying around mob cap. And we can still hear zombies. Actually, we might be able to see them if we turn on hitboxes. Can we see them walking through? Yep. See the little blue lines? Though they're coming very slowly. So there might be a bit of a traffic jam. If there are non-zombie mobs that get swept along, then they might try and pathfind back to this block. So they will push against the horde a little bit. The downside, obviously, of this is that we don't get anywhere near as much bone meal or witch drops either. But we should at least have a much higher rate of iron. Oh, and a llama. Nice. Infinite llama time. Hi. Let's lead the llama. The llama's pretty good at walking. But yeah, look at that. Smooth. None of that messing around like the sheep and the armadillo. Yeah, perfectly clean. No hesitation. You know exactly what you're doing. 10 out of 10. And... oh, okay. Yeah, I pushed that a bit hard. Good, good. That was a skeleton, was it? The skeletons that aren't supposed to be there. Who knows how much... oh, we got another cow. Yes. Oh, and an egg. Ho ho! A cake. That's optimistic. Now, we didn't have too much great stuff here. Hopefully the leads didn't fall in the void. Okay, the leads are safe. That's good. That's really the most important thing there. Okay, actually, if we can get that chicken to come out. There we go. Nice. Okay, so we have a chicken. This chicken will despawn, like a normal hostile mob, I believe. So we don't want it to despawn. What we're going to do is knock down our render distance and our simulation distance so low that the chunk will unload before we hit 128 blocks away. And that way, the chicken will not despawn. So we have a temperate chicken and a warm chicken. If we breed them, then I think it depends on where we breed the chicken instead of the variant of the parents. This is Savannah Plateau, obviously, but there was forest further over. So if we can lure the chicken, who shouldn't fall off the edge because they're just pathfinding normally at this point. Savannah. Plains. Okay, yeah. So if we breed them here. Yes, okay. We have a baby temperate chicken. Now, to test the hypothesis, let's put our render distance and sim distance back up. And let's see what happens to this chicken when we get 70 blocks away. Okay, all the hostile mobs have despawned, so... let's turn around and come back. I say that, they hadn't, they just unloaded? They unloaded. Let's put our render distance up. Okay, now they've unloaded. So if that chicken despawned, we'll see one baby temperate chicken and one warm adult chicken. Yep, that's exactly what we see. So yeah, experiments. I suppose that also proved that that render distance check does actually work. Otherwise it would have despawned when we went to get seeds. Now obviously you can't do that on a multiplayer server, but on single player we can Use things to our advantage. Gosh, this episode's been all over the place, hasn't it? 1 minute we're getting animals, next minute we're getting snow, the next minute we're back to getting animals, we're building a farm, we're getting more animals, we're falling into the void, and having to chop trees for 20 minutes. Oh, we have another dangle. Oh, we have a double dangle. Double dangle. Okay. That's fine. But they're attached to the cows, so it's all about the cow's position, not mine. Oh, that could have been bad. Okay. Somehow they're okay. Somehow they're okay. There we go. Okay, let's not take this many animals at once again. At one point we'll get iron from this and it will prove that it was worth it. But that's not now. Oh, a pig. 2 pigs. Nice. I am gonna leash you to each other. Okay, we've got pigs. Nice. We don't have pigs. I think we might have collected every single mob that can spawn in the Savannah Plateau except donkeys. Actually, Savannah Plateau, we can get... Oh, we can get horses too. Oh, we don't have horses. But so far we've got everything except for the donkey, the horse, and the pigs. Anyway, should we build something? Let's build something. Get off my roof. I missed. Crisis averted. Yeah, here we are. We've gone for a kind of classic American sort of stereotypical barn design. I was trying to think of something that we can use the orange for, and with our house, the idea was to take the orange and try and lean it more towards brown. With the barn, we've taken orange and tried to lean it more towards red. The sheep has been doing a lot of work to help us out with the red wool. And yeah, I think next to the orange, you know, it's a very orange build still, with the limitations of only having acacia, but I think, yeah, you can kind of see it as red. The one changing colour is for the roof, where we've used the snow that we gathered earlier and also even more wool. A fully snow roof was really, really bright. I used some wool to try and darken it a little bit, but I hugely underestimated just how much wool it was going to need. So I ended up spending way too long at the spider farm. Maybe we can get a better view from up here. Oh yeah, here we are. So we've sort of shadowed the roof and same on the other side as well. And yeah, that's way more wool than I thought. But with the sheep and the spider farm, we managed. While our sheep friend helped get a lot of the red wool, it still wasn't enough, and I ended up farming tons of flowers to get enough red dye to dye the wool. We actually only needed about a stack of poppies, but we got almost 6 stacks of dandelions when doing this. It took so long. Anyway, let's go have a look inside. There's no floor at the moment. I want to do that in a minute. But yeah, we've got these little paddocks, stalls. I'm not actually sure what the correct term is, for some of our animals to go in, using shelves to create kind of little wall dividers, and then fence gates for, well, fence gates, I guess. If we head up here, then we have a little attic space. Oh, left a bit of scaffolding. Not sure what I want to do with this yet. And yeah, we've got these kind of rafters. One block of glowstone gives enough light to spawn-proof all of here, which is good. The roof is mostly spawn-proof. You saw earlier there. We have a bit of a creeper problem, but I'll probably place carpets and snow layers when we can get them on top to try and help with that. But anyway, yeah, for the floor, I think what I want to do is just go with hay bales inside here. And, oh, not that way around. Oh, this is going to be really awkward to place, isn't it? Oh my goodness. I actually want the hay bales this way around. So, let me just swap out the floor real quick. It took about 2 hours, I think, to gather all the materials for this in the end. Obviously, they're really simple ones to get, but my goodness, cutting down trees takes a long time when you only have wooden tools. Although, actually, that iron farm? I say iron farm. That zombie farm's working pretty well. I used it for about 20 minutes and got 5 iron. So, it's like 15 iron per hour, if that's at all representative, which it probably isn't, because it's only 20 minutes. But, yeah, so I'm tempted to make iron tools. I am tempted. Oh, and of course, you know, we use iron to make shears to shear the sheep. Although iron's slow, you know, 2 iron's really not that much to spare. Getting these hay bales were about another 20 minutes of farming. All hand grown with bone meal. Okay, with the floor dropped down half a block, now we can go with hay bales. There we go. That's what I wanted. So yeah, I'm thinking in these areas, we're going to have a nice straw floor for the animals. And then in the main walkway, we'll kind of mix in the hay with some acacia wood and acacia logs and sort of so that it looks like the hay is kind of over the top of the floor. Yeah, I think we can do better than this. Kind of a splotch here. This one would be wood that way, and maybe one here as well. Yeah, I like that. I guess we should get the animals in. Our helpful sheep can stay here because they need grass. Okay, this is a little scary. You'll be fine, right? Yeah, you know how to do. It probably would be nice if they had some grass, but kind of hard to come by at the moment. Can you not see through the painting? Oh, you can't walk through because you can't. How did you? Okay. Now you're gonna follow me, right? Or in fact, you don't have a choice. Let's put you in the sheep pen instead. Oh, not again. Perfect. Oh, that pen is such a mess. Okay. Okay, let's take the chickens. Definitely single file only. Chicken, why? Okie dokie. You can come in this one. In you come. Anyway, we did a lot this episode. Way more than I was expecting, and this video took a lot longer to make than I expected because of it. But yeah, we got a lot done. I'm really happy with this build. We've got access to snow now. We've got a more reliable source of iron. We've got something to do when we're waiting for animals. One day we'll get a horse and a donkey, I'm sure. We did a lot, but we've got a lot more to be getting on with. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.